Hola amigos, welcome. Greg Rice here from Nexus Property Management, and I'm going to tell you about a turnover that I just did and spent a boatload of money on. And why the hell do you care about that? Because you need to care about it. As a landlord, as an investor, as a legacy person, whatever you are, you need to care about, I call them the full Monties, and you try to avoid them. You really do. You say, oh, I'll do it next time. That floor, I'm going to wait. Oh, those appliances, I'm going to wait. Oh, that carpet, I'm going to wait, right? We're all guilty of it, myself included. But there comes a point with some of your units that you're just going to say, fuck it. All right? Fuck it. I got to do it. I got to upgrade it. I got to spend the money. I got to spend the time. I got to have the vacancy. I got to bite that bullet. For my good, for the tenant's good, for the property manager's good, for everybody's good. So, 15 Middle Street, first floor, one of my units. The guy was living there for over, I want to say like 15 years. Had to evict him. Funny story because I ran for delegate, right, for the Republican Party, and I put my signs, Greg Rice for delegate. I put them in the yard because it's a busy road. Bullock's Point, and he removed the signs, 2 of them. So I was like, oh, that's odd, whatever. Put 2 more up. Again, they get removed. So I'm like, why is that happening? So I called him and I said, Joe, where's my signs? And he goes, we don't want no signs. We don't want no Trump signs in the yard. And I said, it's not your house. It's my house. And he goes, yeah, but it's my yard. And I was like, all right, you're going to have to find a new place to live. Sorry, bud. And he motherfucked me up and down, left and right. And now look, he's not living there anymore. So that's what that got him. And what it got me was a hefty turnover that I really didn't want to do. I probably spent, I don't even know, I haven't tallied it all up, but, 10 to 15,000 easy, somewhere in there. And this unit was ready for a turnover when he moved in 15 years ago, right? It was just weathered. Like everything was flaking off. It touched the cabinets into your hand. The heaters had 15 years of cobwebs in them. It's just, the place is nasty. And what we did was something a little different. We refinished the hardwood floors. All right. I believe there was about 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 rooms of hardwoods, and I spent about $3,000 on that, give or take. So it was about $600 a room, but that's lifetime. That's a lifetime investment. $600 a room, you could spend that on flooring. You could spend that on labor. So to me, whenever you can do that hardwood flooring, do it, right? Preserving what's there. You rip up a carpet, you see an old hardwood floor, there's paint stains on it. It's soiled, there's spots of who knows what on the floor. Don't be scared by that. That sander, right? It pulls off, whatever, 1/8 of an inch every time it goes around. You'd be surprised on how good those floors can come out. And you'll see in the video, right? We'll show it right now. So we did that in about 5 other rooms. And then we did the luxury, the long tiles, right? The, you call them the click tiles, if you will. But these are nice because you don't need to put our vapor barrier down first. It comes built in. And they're also relatively squishy, right? So when you step on them, you get a little bit of a softness, even though it's a composite material. And I use Life-Proof flooring. That's the brand that I like to use. It's on the expensive end, but it lasts. It doesn't curl up. It doesn't warp. It doesn't crack. It's easy to put in, relatively a few tools that you need, and one guy can do it. You don't need teams of 2. So that's one of the things that we've been doing on the floors. As far as the walls go, full paint. Ceilings, walls, trim, everything. I'm not a down to the studs guy. Some people like to do that. They like to rip off all the horsehair plaster, the old sheetrock, maybe redo the electrical and put up new drywall. Maybe they insulate. I've really never been a fan of that. I've never once had a tenant say, oh, that's a nice wall right there, right? Is it flat? Are the holes gone? Is it painted? Is it clean? That's all they care about. So I'm not really a fan of ripping everything down and putting everything back up, unless, of course, you got lead paint or, horsehair plaster. It can be very wavy. It can start to crack and it flakes off with that like chalky like dust. If you're getting situations like that, then yeah, rip the whole thing down, replace electrical, do the whole thing. But when it comes to the rental properties, I've never been a fan of gutting it per se. So that is that. I always do new plugs and new outlets. It's a relatively cheap part. It's $2-3 for each plug or outlet. And it gives it a nice new look. And a lot of these plugs have been painted over. They've been used for 50 years. They're cracked, they're chipped. They're that off-white vanilla throw-up grandma couch color. Just like, yeah, you're going to do the whole unit and then keep this 1982 plug. Not a good idea. So big guy on the plugs. I always get rid of ceiling fans. I don't like them. I'll keep them if they're new or if they're in really good shape. But for the most part, I do like to get rid of them because they wobble, they break, they can crack the ceiling a lot of times. And tenants can have fans. They're going to have an air conditioner in the window. I'm not a big fan on those, and they're expensive too. So I always replace them with fluorescent lights. A lot of time the LEDs. I don't want to change light bulbs. I buy a pack of 5, bing, 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 do the whole apartment with them. So that's that. And big things, especially in this unit, new cabinets, new granite counters, undermount sink, new exhaust fan above the stove, new appliances, obviously, and, even painted the radiators in this one, right? The radiators, they had who knows how long of cobwebs. Vacuum that all out, wipe it down, take them outside, spray them up, nice. It just gives it a pop. You look at it, the shiny floor, the nice steel gray, boom, right? The white walls, the blinds, it's a perfect unit. And something like this, some landlords would try to skip by on. We'll just paint it. We'll put carpet. And I'll tell you, I was getting $1,300 a month in rent for this unit. After, $2,395. Okay, almost an $1,100 difference. That unit will pay me back in a year, give or take, as far as my investment goes. I get that deduction right away on my next tax return, of course. And from there, that unit will be good. That unit's good for 15, 20 years, as far as the structure and the bones of it. Tenant moves out, touch up, clean, loose doorknob, no problem. But if you keep kicking that can down the road, like a lot of landlords do, doing pieces at a time, it's going to cost more. You're going to get less over time. And it's just something that is going to make the dog bark too. The dog doesn't want that unit to be skimped on. But you can't do it to all of them. I get that. All right, you got to pick and choose which ones. But in this case, this was a first floor, 3-bed, 2-bath. Boom, that's a money unit right there. And it was worthy of it. It's a good yard there. They got off-street parking, fenced in, perfect for children, perfect for pets. And it's something where the people that live there, they're going to stay. They're going to be happy. They're going to be content. They got laundry. I mean, the unit is just total package as far as a rental goes, especially in a multifamily. Just wanted to bring this up because you're going to be tested all the time. Know when to say, yeah, let's go all in, and know when to say, yeah, I'm just going to skimp on this one. It's a balance. Any questions, any feedback? You want my opinion? Let me know. Once again, Greg Rice, Not in the Bucket, your property and your rent readies managed.